Hello, hello, hello. We are back with another arena draft. So, I drafted Brothers War like twice, but I thought it's about time that I start actually doing premier drafts because this is how you can really make some profit if you don't lose all of your gems all at once. So, here goes nothing. It hurts so bad, all my gems. Oh, right. And it's timed and everything. How frightening. Okay, easy draft. Let's go. Oh boy. So. Uh, it's really tempting to just take Thalia and try to go for some, like, green, maybe green, black, 5-color stuff, 3-color stuff. 2-color and a splash for this is very good. Sack a creature, land, and draw a card. Yeah. First strike death touch is quite strong. I think I'm probably going to take it. Can't disagree with that. Alright, well, that's absurd. Other things in contention, like nothing's actually in contention, but Tawashi's pretty good. Emodi's alright. Title, Gloomfanger. Bladed Burgeoning is the other pick here, I guess, actually. Yeah, but I'm taking a Hoarding through Broodlord, and it's not close. This is going to be an Elvish Vat Keeper, almost certainly. Dismal Backwater is the wrong colors. Yeah. Flitting Gorilla. Seed of Hope. Easy Vat Keeper. Alright, we got Nuka Penna, we got Ichor Drinker. This is probably the one here. Unsealed Necropolis is also quite good. Render Inert's decent as well. I'll probably end up taking the Ichor Drinker here. Yeah, I can pick up an Unseal at some point. And I only really want one, maybe two of these at most, and I would take a couple Ichor Drinkers, I think. Timret's good. This is nothing at all. Everything else here is... There's a land that helps cast Dahlia. I think that's better than taking the first Timret here, actually. Timret's decent, but it's nothing... It's not, like, terrific. Yeah, I'll take the land. I think it's better. I do think it's just better here. Cosmic Hunger or Converter Beast. In this style of deck, Cosmic Hunger really isn't all that good as far as removal goes. Well, I don't know how it's going to come together. Maybe I'm just being silly for not wanting Cosmic Hunger here. Converter Beast feels like the thing I want, but Cosmic Hunger is definitely better. And Flywheel Racer is an option as well. It's not a good option. I'm going to take the Cosmic Hunger. I think that's the correct choice. Now we got a Sailback and a Sensor. I'm not taking the Sensor out of this. Ugh, the Sailback isn't all that good. I need some 2-drops. Alright, well, nothing here is playable at all. I'd rather pass blue cards than white cards. So I'll take the Scroll Shift out of here. Right, I'm playing with actual people. I kind of forget about that. Everyone seems to be not playing red, and I should be playing red in that case, but... Oh boy. Someone's gonna decide that red is the way to go, right? Surely. Surely I'm not gonna get super punished for, being green. I'm not all that white yet, and I don't really want to get into blue because everyone's fighting over that. I'll take the Arachnoid adaptation here. been so long since I've, well, it hasn't been that long since I've drafted with real people, but I definitely should have taken that into account when I was making these picks. I should have started reading the table. But like, it's gonna be really hard to push me off of a Hoarding Broodlord and a Thalia. I would like to find some kind of green ramp, Blighted Burgeoning, you know, but someone snapped up the other one. I don't think that's a huge signal or anything. Like, someone to my right is playing green at least. Alright, I think I'm taking the Gloomfang here. I'll pass along. How good is Consuming Aetherport? Not that good. That's a Gloomfang. That's a Seed of Hope. I could take the Salvation, but I don't think it's as good. I'll take the Bowl Slinger here. That is... This card seems powerful, but a 2-4 for 5 is just so weak. I mean, 2-4 Flying Lifelink for 5 isn't the end of the world, but I am taking the Bowl Slinger. I'm not sure if I'll play it. I'll take the Kite Sail just because it's stronger than the Vengeance Earth. I'll take that because it's not a basic land. Alright, so we're passing along a Ragavan and an Omnath. This pack is actually awful, except for the Nizumi Informant down here, which is pretty excellent. Okay, we got a Scoring Blade, we got a Vanquish the Weak, we got a Skittering Surveyor. I'm going to take the Scoring Blade here. I don't think it's that tough of a pick. The Scoured Barrens looks good, Seed of Hope is decent. Nizumi Freewheeler is probably something I'm going to want at some point. If there were a 2-drop, I would take it over the Freewheeler. I might want the Scoured Barrens, though, to make sure I can hit my lands. Or hit my colors for Thalia. Oof. Target permanent. I'll take the Freewheeler here. I don't want to pass the signal that black is open. I'd rather pass a land. I'm not positive if that was correct. Well, no, I'm pretty sure that was correct, actually. That's why I did it. It seemed like the right play. And someone on my right passed me a Hoarding Broodlord. I wonder what they took over that. It's kind of a wild card to pass. Okay. I mean, War Historian, Skittering, Nizumi Freewheeler again. I don't like the second Nizumi Freewheeler nearly as much. I want to take the Skittering Surveyor here. And I probably will. It's a 3-drop, yeah, that's just life. I don't want to get overloaded on 4s like that. There's another Cosmic Hunger here. Renata, which is not great. I'm going to take the Cosmic Hunger. This is a pretty easy worry, Thespian. It's not close. It's not going great as far as curve goes, but also I don't have like any removal at all. Blighted Burgeoning, this is kind of what I've been looking for. Definitely want this. I'm hoping I can just greed into a Broodlord or a Thalia pretty quick and hope that's strong enough to, I guess I do have the 2 Cosmic Hungers. Those are removal. I don't have no removal. And this can kill... Seed of Hope here. Ravenous Sailback can kill Incubate tokens, I guess, but I would really love to have gotten some good black removal. A couple Deadly Disputes or whatever they're called. Deadly Derision. Deadly Derision. That's the one. Okay, everything's fine. I can pick up some more playables in the last pack. I need like 5 more playables. Yeah, right? 23. Well, is everything here playable? I want all these. I don't honestly think Arachnoid is that good here. I'll take out the Seed of Hopes for now. Well, this is kind of awful. I do think I'm just going to take a Bonded Herd Beast. I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's good. I don't want to run it, but I will if I have to. I would rather play a Bonded Herd Beast on 4 than a Wary Thespian on 4. Though, Wary Thespian plus something else. Ugh. I guess I'm taking Consuming Aetherborn here. It's definitely not the worst. And honestly, it goes okay with things like the Gloomfang and the Hoarding Broodlord. Yeah, there's none of this is going in the deck. I'm definitely not playing 3 Seeds of Hope. But what if I did? Just gonna snap that up just in case. I'm probably not doing that. Atrax's Fall, I definitely don't want to mainboard that. The 4th Seed of Hope is... At some point, it becomes a little silly. There's part of me that thinks it would just be nice to churn through the deck like that, though. Oh, 2nd Omnath, pass that along to somebody who wants it. It's probably an Overgrown Pest. There's a Huntmaster, Render, and Inert. Both are good. Vanquish the Weak is decent. I do think I just want the Pest here to find lands. And put my Thalia and my Hoarding Broodlord on the bottom of the deck. Maybe Vanquish the Weak, though. No. I'd rather just 2 for 1 with a Pest. Failed Conversion, I guess. This ain't it. This is not what you want to see. I almost just want to take the rare here. I'll keep it real. Ooh, there's a 2-drop for me. Yeah, it's gonna be the 2-drop for sure. Grafted Butcher is quite strong. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's just a 2-mana 2/2, no text. And then if ever the rest of the text is relevant, then that's upside. And you can play it from your graveyard for 4 and sack something. I guess what would I be sacking to play this 2/2 from my graveyard? Well, I've got this. Got a Blighted Burgeoning. Yeah, no, it could definitely be worthwhile. Using if it flips into a Phyrexian. Herd Beast flips into a Phyrexian, but that's less good. I'm definitely not like super high on the Phyrexian path, but you almost always end up with enough just by accident. If I were touching either of these colors at all, I would take it. That's going to be a Wary Thespian, passing along a Skyclave, Aerialist. Flywheel Racer is almost tempting in this point, but I just need more 2-drops to hold down the ground while I try to cast these good spells. I would have loved to get a 2nd Blighted Burgeoning in here, but I think all in all, Blighted Burgeoning, Overgrown Pest, Skittering Surveyor. 1 dual land isn't great, but I think it's enough. Oh my god. Zendikar, Blighted, and Sandstalker Moloch, but I'm definitely going to take the... Is this really better than this? My deck is definitely not aggressive. I definitely would have thought this was better at the beginning of the format. It does just ramp me from 4 to 6, so probably, but there aren't that many things to do at 6. I'm going to take the 2nd Blighted Burgeoning. That's probably crazy, but I would rather play that on 3 and be able to cast my Thalia. Ooh, Invasion of Lorwyn is quite good for me. That is an excellent thing to pick up here. Jungle Hollow would be great, but, well, it'd be good. Like, it's always nice to have your fixing, but it's nothing necessary. I'm almost certainly not playing the Fertilid's Favor. Flywheel Racer or Placid Rottentail. Or Renderiner, even. I think I'll take the Flywheel Racer here. It's a 2-drop. It's not great, but it does some things. Traxxas Fall, Mirrodin, Avenged. I don't think I'm playing either of those. Might just take the card for the collection here. Chomping Kavu is going to be my pick here. Infected Defector is not being played, so I'll take the Do I want a second Flywheel Racer? I'll grab it just in case I do. I don't think I do. But I don't want to waffle with 10 seconds. Yeah, so I think this actually went very, very well. Well, we'll see. I never know how to judge the power level of my decks in this format. I'm like, wow, I got so many good cards, and then my opponents just play 6 good cards in a row, and I'm like, wow, I was never going to beat this. Broodlord, Gloomfang, Freewheeler, Rat, Butcher, 1-drop, 1-drop. Alright, Sailback's fine. Evergreen Pests, Burgeonings, Thespians, Hungers, Lorwyn, Batkeeper, Thalia, Skittering Surveyor. I don't think I want 2 Flywheel Racers in here. It would be very, very... Well, I do have 15 creatures, apparently. 12... What is that? That's 8 between 2 and 3, 9... 9 creatures between 1 and 3 mana. I'm gonna go 1 Flywheel Racer. One Seed of Hope. I'm definitely running 14 lands, or 16, 17. The correct number of lands here is 17. That's 8, 9, 16, 17, okay. And, got my 1 Seed of Hope, my 1 Flywheel Racer. I think I do actually want the second, or the Bonded Herd Beast here. It is a 5-drop that is bad. But in lieu of another 5, maybe I'll just run another Seed of Hope and try to get to my bombs. I can't necessarily count on the Hoarding Broodlord to win the game on its own, though. Nor Thalia, though. Thalia does quite a bit more work in that regard. Things that win the game here for me. Elvish Vatkeeper, Thalia, Broodlord. Invasion of Lorwyn is alright. Gloomfang does a passable job. Not that Herd Beast wins games, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna Herd Beast. Yeah. I think that's where I'm at. Okay, let's aim for right here. Let's get our 7 wins. Alright, he versus Zarek. Okay, this is fine. I don't love that I drew my 1 plains here with my Skittering Surveyor and a 2-drop in the wrong color, but it's not the end of the world. Unless they go white into a 1-drop or something, but they did not. Oh, hey. We got there. My opponent is playing probably Sultai colors something. Do I even want a Skittering Surveyor here, or do I just want a Burgeoning? Probably just want a Burgeoning. They've got something. Maybe a Moloch. But I don't think they would just not play the Moloch if they had it. Let's see what happens if I attack. Okay. The fact of the matter is they do need to deal with my 4/5 herd beast. Okay, they finally found their black. This is fine. Oh wow, they milled my Ichor Drinker. It's kind of funny. That's fine. Do both, right? Yeah. Exile my Ichor Drinker, play my Skittering Surveyor, take that action. Does it really matter? I've got 2 forests, 2 swamps in my plains already. I'll just grab a forest. Okay, here come the bombs. Guess I can just do that though. Can I flip this right away? I can. I cannot. Oh, so close to flipping it right away. This is power X or less, where X is the number of lands I control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Nice. And I guess I'll just go... This would bring it to 3. This would bring it to 1. I guess I'd rather bring it to 1, honestly. That way I don't have to swing at it with my 2/2s next turn. I can just send these 2 in, even if he plays a creature that can block it. Okay, everything's fine. No worries. I think I'm in pretty good shape here. Like, I'm not loving what's in my hand right now, but I can kill another 4 toughness creature if I need to. Hey, look, a 4 toughness creature I can kill. It's gonna kill my 2/2. So I go 5, kill it with hunger, and flip my invasion. That would have been silly. Counter? Nope. Oh, he's got something. Is this a Cyber Cryptomancer? Oh god. This is fine. I don't care about losing the Surveyor. I'd rather... I guess it could just be a, what's it called? The -2/-2 nonsense. Okay, my opponent needs to start doing stuff here. Yeah, that has to die. If he's got a Cryptomancer, he's in good shape. Oh my god. Whew, okay. Spooky. Oh, and this even... So I can flip this for 4. Leaving up 2 black, or 1 in a black. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving up 2 and 2. Wait, I can even do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving up 2 and the one from my hand. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't even need to take the damage here. Swamp in hand for the Grafted Butcher. He's got something. Huh. Okay, here we go. Get in there, boys. Can't block that, can't block this. Guess I don't really need to attack with the rat. You can block my 8/8, but that's it. Yep. Okay, show me your board wipe, or what else would work here? Good. No, I want to good game him, but that's all good. Yes, okay. Okay. Easy wins. Whew. I promise I'm not sweating over getting these wins. I would never. Well, that game felt pretty good. My deck definitely, let's see, the only really powerful, really high quality card I played there was the Invasion of Lorwyn. And that definitely feels like a beating when it gets flipped after it destroys your best creature and then flips into an 8/8. Keep 7. I can just go Seed of Hope and hope for the best. I'll do it at instant speed. Ooh. Response. Nice. Oh, that hurts so bad. It's fine. Everything's fine. So next turn I go Overrun Past. So they're playing red-white. Let's see if we see another color. Okay, here we go. I almost want to just Cosmic Hunger whatever they put the beat stick on. Is that actually just better here? No, I'm gonna go Overrun Past. We can do that nonsense after. There goes my Broodlord to the bottom, but that's okay. Surely Thalia's waiting right there for me. So what can they do? 1 white mana, +1, so they could like... Oh my. Okay, so we want to keep 2 mana to do the thing. I don't need to play the Swamp now, I'll just play the Blossoming Sands. And then I will pass the turn. And we will see what he attaches the stick to. If he attaches it to his Rayev, then he's going to get blown out here. Oh, that feels so good. My opponent is just in pain right now. Herd Beast, still not a good card, but 4 or 5 feels good on this board. I don't think that's great for him. Well, this isn't great for me either. So I think I am just gonna flip this, so he has to sack both his creatures if he doesn't want to take 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so I can go like this. Let me just make sure I Do that. And then activate this. Pay the life. Go attacking. I'll honestly offer up the opportunity to trade off with my 2-2 if you really wanted to. Go ahead, use your... maybe I shouldn't have let him use the beat stick here. Though it takes like half of his turn to use the beat stick. He'll have 3 mana afterwards. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, that does block for a while. Please just play something from your hand. Don't punish me for letting you beat stick. Oh, whew. That's a lot of lands I've drawn, but that's okay. Let's go attacking. Honestly, I'll just turn it into a 2-2 if he blocks it. That's fine. Yeah, I don't think I have a way to stop that from happening. That's not great for me. Okay. I'm in a little bit of trouble here. He could play giant convoke spells if he has them. That's okay. Okay, let's see how it attacks. If they put Xaxes on their invasion of Kylum, then I get to stop them from killing it. Which is pretty good for me, I think. I think I'm just gonna pass here and do some blocking. I can't block everything, but I can put him down to only having like 1 attacker left after this, just because the beat stick. Little unfortunate. I would love to hit any high impact card instead of an additional land. Though they do have to attack with everything here. Oh. Alright. I'll just block with this. Yeah, right. I think this is honestly fine. That's not great for me. Card. Okay. More lands it is then. Do I just get aggressive? I really can't. I really have to keep on blocking here. This flips into 2 3/3s. Yep. This is not good for me. Though my opponent is still in trouble. They are at 6 life. If I can just find a good card at some point. And they're going to equip it. So they're going to flip it either way. Is it worth blocking the 5/1? It definitely changes their clock if I kill the 5/1, but is it meaningful? It stops them from getting any color mana, I guess. Ah, go for it, man. All you. No blocks. Guess I could have killed the 1/1. Oh, that was actually very bad. Okay, now it's fine. Everything's fine. I wanted him to have that extra 1/1. Why wouldn't I want my opponent to have an extra 1/1? Okay, this destroys an artifact. These are so strong. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I can kill them both. Okay, if I'm killing an artifact, it's probably going to be the dread ship. It could be the incubator token. It could be the realm breaker. Pretty sure it's the incubator, though. Or the rotting dread ship. Kind of want my my 2/2 out of that thing. Maybe that should have been beat stick instead. It's tough to say that I'm playing at my best right now, but there are a lot of decisions to be made here. Oh, come on. Exile 300 creatures, flip it into... Okay. Really wish I had this Ravenous Sailback right now, but sometimes your opponent plays an Elish Norn and that's life. Really, they should not flip that Elish Norn though. Oh, I made a mistake again. It's fine, I'll just take 8 for no reason. I mean, honestly, I need to preserve my creatures now because of this absolute nonsense. Guess they can activate Dreadship with this, sack all 3 of those, use their Elish Norn, I guess. I bet they have 5 2/2s. Okay. Honestly, the front side of Elish Norn is so threatening. People, I mean, the backside is also very good, obviously. Yeah, no, the backside is quite good. This almost kills my opponent. That's so brutal. But I am just dead, right? This is 20 damage here. I can remove 20 damage. That's all creatures? Yeah. Guess they do need to block some of this, which will reduce their numbers for next turn. Then I can... So I'll kill 2 of their 2/2s. They'll have 3 2/2s, 2 5s swinging at me. Well, I'll play my cards, what the heck. If I attack with this as well, I'll need to block that as well. But I'm taking 20 damage just from these 2, which means I need to preserve 2 defenders. Which means I actually can't attack with the Flywheel Racer. Just gonna go into the 2/3s. Enough to kill them. Got a little bit unlucky this game. My opponent definitely had a good deck. undeniably the case here. I should have been in full control at the beginning of his turn just to spook him. That's okay though. They got me. You got me. Yeah. Yeah. Resolve all. I'm taking 18, 23. Good game. Yup. I am not going to complain about how many lands I drew. That was just some good beats. Alright, let's see it. Oh, this hand is... Honestly, this hand is okay. Even though it's all black, I think I can just keep it. I'd like to save the Scorn Blade for after the new Zumi Informant, but I don't think I need to because of the Gloomfang Mauler here. I'm just gonna send it out. Try to get my Hoarding Broodlord online as soon as possible. I can hope to draw into a green source for the pest. Oh, they got a Lutri. Nice. Get in there. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Okay, this is fine. So I'm at 5 mana for the Broodlord. I just need 3 more. Got 1 right here. I would really, really hope to find a green source, but them's the breaks. Just gonna go ahead and swamp cycle this. Forest. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. If I don't top deck a forest next turn, I will crack the Scorn Blade Berserker. He gets a Scry 3 off of this. This is fine. I just need to hit my lands here. Alright, here we go. Let me go pest, see what I can see. Ooh. Yeah, we're taking that. And we're passing turn. And I will let my opponent hit me with Inga as many times as they want to, because I am not blocking. I would also like them to tap out so I can play the Brood Lord without fear. I guess they have Lutri here. Could just play the invasion. I guess running this out as something for them to counter is not a bad idea. I'm gonna go with the pest though. Just gonna try to flood the board a bit. Another forest. Ah, I already played a land, I'm dumb. This is fine. I guess I would only add up 4 mana. Pass. What are you gonna do? Play Lutri? Play a spell? Nothing? Meeting of Minds. Okay. I kind of smell the 6 mana counter, so I'm not gonna play anything that they want to counter unless they tap more mana during their turn. More than that amount of mana. Because now they still have exactly 6, so I'm alright. Could also just let them counter the Invasion of Lorwyn. There you have a white source. I can still cast the Broodlord. Jeez. Card is good. I'll probably cast this next turn if they play anything worth hitting with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I hit a land off the top, I'll actually be able to cast the Invasion of Lorwyn and the Hoarding Broodlord, which is wild. Do it. Make your big creature. Nope. You're gonna make a little 1/1. Okay. This is fine. No, actually, I'll sack my Scornblade Berserker now. The next turn I can do the same thing. Attack with a... I guess Warrior's Thespian's a pretty bad attack next turn. Yeah, no, fair enough. I guess that makes sense. My opponent's just sitting there and so much. Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I no longer have enough to do the Invasion plus Broodlord next turn, but that's okay. I do need to start making moves, despite his stupid artistic refusal. I think there's a good chance their patience eventually breaks, though. They haven't been able to do any instant speed stuff since the Meeting of the Minds. Meeting of Minds. Wow, they're just discarding cards to avoid doing it now? That's so funny. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's almost tempting to attack in with the Warrior's Thespian anyway, to trade off with a 1/1, and then it's not tempting at all, actually. You got an instant? I mean, Lutri has flash. You could just cast Lutri, dude. Maybe I'm being ridiculous for playing around it so hard, but like he sees the Invasion of Lorwyn is face up, so. Yep. That is the kind of thing I was expecting here. So I'm pretty happy to see that out of his hand. It's down to 6 cards, 5 cards. They're almost certainly going to leave back enough mana to counter this. I'm not going to be able to cast both, but that's okay. I might go for it anyway, just target the Inga. They could play something like City on Fire here, and that would be very scary. Okay. So obviously we're killing Brutaclad. I can trade off my creatures for their creatures if he attacks. No attack, okay. Oh, I'm dumb. They still have 6 mana again. But I can't just let them keep a Brutaclad in play without answering it, or trying to answer it at least. And then I'll just go ahead and pass it back. Ew, now I'm just like hoping the Broodlord can even stabilize me. I guess I'm also hoping they don't have a second Artistic Refusal in hand. Yeah, Brutaclad's very, very good. I might have played around that too long, but that's just life, man. Okay, Ramosian Greatsword is also quite strong. If they equip to that, I'll trade off the Overgrown Pest, make them re-equip next turn. That's fine. Yup. Make my trades. I almost want to just grab my, oh, nice. That's actually insane. Yeah, if they have a counter, like, I'm just, yeah, okay, good game. I was never winning through the Artistic Refusal, ever. Well, I might have waited until they drew their counter, but... Oh, that's so brutal. Their deck was good. Undeniably good. Brutaclad strong. Artistic Refusal, pretty good. Playing around Artistic Refusal too long, perhaps. It's just, I was in like that, the rock and the hard place where it's like, if I don't play around it, what am I doing? If I do play around it, I'm still not doing very much. Okay, we got a Grafted Butcher off the crack. We got a Skittering Surveyor to get us our green source for all this. Guess I'll probably just go Plains here. That's okay, I think. They're playing Grixis. Maybe the Sacrifice deck, but maybe just Grixis stuff. Got my green source naturally. I think I'm still gonna play the Skittering Surveyor for efficiency. Next turn I'll have 4 mana. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Skittering Surveyor for efficiency. Take action. I'll grab another forest. And that way, next turn I can play 2 Wary Thespians. After playing a little bit of Brothers War, the card quality in this set is insane. Not right now. Like, I'm looking for good, efficient creatures in Brothers War, and it's just... it's a whole different world, I swear. Yeah, that can stay right on top. Maybe I actually... yeah, no, let me get my one damage. I'll play my second Wary Thespian, haha. Oh, great. Oh, okay, it's that one. It's pretty scary, but if I can keep it from flipping, I'll be fine. As long as he doesn't have render inert to immediately flip it. Please don't have render inert to immediately flip it. Okay. Well, I have successfully wasted all 4 of my surveils looking at this one card, and that is so bad for me. Two instead of 1/2 is better, right? Oh, great. So that's 4 damage. It's not enough to. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna lose this. This is quite unfortunate. I probably just want to flip that or kill that rather. And this turns into an enchantment, which I'm not going to be able to kill without my Razorback. Yeah, I could find the Razorback. This could be fine. We can go 4 damage onto the invasion, and that's not enough to do too much. Next turn I can play Gloomfang, put 2 on here. Oh, come on. My white source. Yeah, this is fine. Now I can no longer play the Gloomfang. Hey, I get to play my Gloomfang. Yeah, I'm gonna spread it out. I don't think I start attacking that, because then I can't defend the invasion of Innistrad. So if I rip Broodlord, Hoarding Broodlord off the top, it's okay. But it's still not amazing or anything. You can swing for 2 at this 5 power. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, well, this sucked. Yeah. Eventually, I will save up enough gems to do another draft, but oh wow, I even got it. 8, 10. None of this even comes close to saving me. Can use the sailback to kill that, but that doesn't really matter. I can pray to top deck Bladed Burgeoning with this in hand, but that doesn't really matter either. Yeah, no, I do just lose here. I don't have any way to gain life. And I'm at 11. I have Ichor Drinker, but that is not a way to gain enough life. I have Seed of Hope. That is also not enough to gain enough life. I'm gonna grab Thalia and hope to rip the that off the top, whatever I just said, Bladed Burgeoning, and die on my feet. Yep. Good game. Ugh. Well, that was brutal. My deck was alright, but alas, it was not enough to keep up with everyone else's deck there. I'm not positive that I could have won that the second loss, the third game, I guess. But, yeah. Alright, thank y'all so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure playing as always. This has been The Art of Dying, and I'll see you next time.